Hi there. So making this video, we have just exceeded 700 subscribers, and by the time it goes online it will be even more, which is very, very gratifying and very, very amazing to me. Eventually we will reach 1,000, which is just mind-blowing to me, especially considering the relatively short time that we've been doing these videos. So that's a really great thing. A while ago I did some reflections on Marcus on the anniversary of his tragic death, and looking through some photos to go with it, I was struck by the fact that Marcus came over in 2006 and we were doing the international, and he alongside it presented his own training in neural based training methods, which went down an absolute storm, and he also took part in and contributed to the actual international. It was a great time, but some of the participants and instructors who were there, Mika, Chetel, Richard and Conrad, are no longer with us. They've either died or, in Conrad's case, been killed. And it's quite an alarming and tragic factor that we've lost so many really good friends and talented instructors and combatives and firearms instructors. Excuse me. However, with Marcus, they're all together in Valhalla, and no doubt they'll be telling each other a few stories. On a personal note, I renewed my passport and I now have a blue British passport instead of the European Community passport, which we had for many, many years. And this is really, really a big milestone. I did vote Brexit. I voted to leave the European Community, and on the day of the vote I went to bed fully believing that the Remain side would win because of the campaign they conducted, which was seemed to be seemed to have gone down very, very well. However, when I put the news on in the morning, I was astounded and delighted to hear David Cameron had resigned due to us voting to leave. That was only the start of the process, and we haven't fully left even now. However, this doesn't mean that I'm anti-Europe in any way, and I think a lot of people who voted leave are not anti-Europe. I like going to Europe. In fact, before the Chinese epidemic, I was planning a trip to Paris. I really love Paris, and I wanted to spend a few days over there. Unfortunately, lockdown and the travel restrictions stopped it. Hopefully I'll be able to make that trip later this year, or possibly to Germany, another country I really enjoy going to. And one of the things I like about Europe is the countries are different. They all have different characters and different foods and so on, and that's one of the things I like about it. I just don't want us to be part of it. It's no great resentment, it's just a purely political thing. So coming up, we'll continue with some of the technique videos on combatives. I've already got quite a few of them in the bank, and I plan on filming some more inserts and some more sections to go with it. So that will continue for some time. Also, some of the knife reviews. I did the V42 knife review, and it went down very, very well. So I will be reviewing either classic World War II knives, classic modern knives, or knives that have some significance to me, such as the CQC7, which really took the tactical folding world by storm, and the one I own was given to me by Marcus, so I treasure it quite a bit. So that'll be coming up. Lots of books to review, some movies or TV dramas. There's some terrific stuff coming up, or I've been watching, and I do want to talk about that as well. And they'll all be online in due course, along with a major publication in the close protection book world, which I'll be doing an in-depth review of. A while ago I wrote an article on the forum, I'll put a link to it, about the shoot light, a tactical light dedicated to coordination with the firearm, with the pistol. And the flashlight that best fitted my purpose at the time, it's called a through night, and I needed a pouch for it, and I was able to get this pouch, which is not a dedicated pouch for it, it's an aftermarket pouch, a generic pouch, but fits it exactly. Really does the job. It's got a rubber retaining band and which pops off. It's really, really good. The only downside to it, as you might see, is it stands very, very proud of the body or of the belt, because it's using this big clip and it's got this spacer in between. So for duty or uniform wear, great, but for covert carriage, not so good. But I since found the same actual pouch, but with a different belt connector, this paddle. And this arrived today. So I haven't really tried it out to any great extent, but it does work. It's still got that spacer, but because of the angle of the paddle, the flashlight is a bit closer to the body. You can sort of angle it a little bit as well. I really like the flashlight. I'm still looking for the ideal pouch for it. Ideally, I'd probably like an inside the belt, an internal pouch. Don't think I'm going to get one. But for quick access, this works very, very well. So I didn't want to do a full equipment review of just that item, but I thought because it arrived today, I would mention it. So again, thank you to everyone who's subscribed, members of the 700, and onwards to 1,000.